Do I, 27F, tell him? 32M. I am really struggling and can't talk to anyone about this. So my boyfriend and I have been together like 3-4 years, extremely happy, healthy relationship, etc. He's a business owner, summer is his crazy busy season so he's overworked and stressed. One of his longtime best friends from college who lives in another state started staying with us a few months ago to work for him. My boyfriend has been training him to be a manager to help run crews to relieve his stress. The friend goes home on the weekends to his girl and their baby. They are now moving to our state because obviously that's what makes sense. Yesterday, friend came home from work. My boyfriend was still out, and was telling me about their day, said it was bad. When I asked why, he randomly poured out, "Because all day long I can't stop thinking about you. I don't know what to do, it's so bad, he's my best friend, I'm a horrible person. I don't want to make you uncomfortable but I am because it's all I think about now. Nice gestures is my love language and you're so kind I can't help but be attracted to you. I should probably start staying somewhere else during the week. WTF? And I was like, yeah, obviously? Normally I'd flip on someone but I was so caught off guard. I'm so upset now and can't stop feeling guilty. I have never kept anything from my BF. I bartend and come home and tell him everything. He knows I get hit on but we trust each other completely. If it were any other situation I would have instantly told him, friend or not. He isn't a jealous person, but obviously this is different. Now I'm in this position where I will disrupt multiple lives so badly if I say something. My boyfriend relies on him for work now. Until yesterday I've been so happy my boyfriend finally hired someone to help. He has epilepsy so I get super paranoid in the summer because stress is a huge trigger for his seizures, and he drives all over every day. The friend knows I'm fiercely loyal. I've been in abusive, cheating relationships before so I'm extremely clear and adamant about not lying to each other. I can't even comprehend why he'd tell me in the first place. I've never once considered lying to my BF, yet feel like telling him isn't right either. He's mid-season and his business could crumble. But I know he'd want to know, I mean I would. What is the right thing to do? Do I tell him? If anyone's interested, a week ago the friend started acting weird after I made him a sandwich. I pack my boyfriend lunch every day and was just trying to be nice by making his friend one too. He had told me that day not to do it again, then said it again yesterday because it makes him like me more? WTF, I made him one sandwich one time which I would literally do for anyone. Tell him. Couples can have some secrets but not like this. If he finds out down the line that his buddy said this to you and you didn't tell him, in my opinion that would be much worse. Communicate. Tell him before his friend makes up a lie. Also, he is a pig speaking to you like that. You have to tell him so that he knows his friend is a snake who can't be trusted around women. You tell him. End of story. This dude is not his friend. You must tell him ASAP. This guy is an asshole and your boyfriend needs to know. My girlfriend, 28F, gets angry at what I, 28M, like, on Instagram. About 6 months ago I liked a picture of a friend in a bikini on Instagram. This girl was public and somehow my girlfriend saw that I liked it. She was very upset with me and saw this as blatantly disrespectful to our relationship. Fine, no problem, I get it. I have friends in relationships that like other girls' pictures all the time, but I digress. It made her feel insecure and uncomfortable so I stopped. From that point on I've made a conscious effort not to like anything that could be perceived as disrespectful to my girlfriend or our relationship. Fast forward to today. A couple of days ago I liked a picture of one of my friends at an EDM festival that I've always wanted to go to. The caption was funny and I liked that she had gone. But, scroll a few pictures in and it's a skimpy picture of her in a rave outfit. I didn't think anything of it because she's a friend and I'm into the whole rave scene. However, this morning my girlfriend had seen that I liked it and I woke up to texts from my girlfriend saying, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you have no respect for me or our relationship? I understand my GF's wishes but I feel like this is a step too far on her part. I'm not even sure how she's seeing what photos I like, but this feels different to me than liking a rondo or a friend in a bikini." Lastly, just the other day she interrogated me about a girl I was following me because, "You have no mutual friends with her." It's a woman I work with who was just laid off. We were friendly at work and in her layoff email she said, "Follow me on IG if you want to stay in touch." That's it. I even asked my girlfriend, "Why are you auditing my followers? Do you not trust me?" She responded by alluding to the time that I liked the pic of the girl in the bikini, and said, "In the past you haven't been so respectful of my wishes about that, so I sometimes look. When I see a new girl with absolutely no other mutual followers, that's weird. When you bend trust once, it has to be rebuilt. So, help me. Am I in the wrong here? If not, how should I deal with this?" The seed was sown when you liked the initial picture of the girl in the bikini while in a relationship with your GF. It sucks, but sometimes boneheaded mistakes can have repercussions. You said it yourself, you understand why she was upset about it. Your girlfriend likely wouldn't be as vigilant right now if she didn't feel like she had to be. It's okay for her to feel a bit anxious, considering that point. However, it sounds like it's getting out of hand now. She's unfortunately anticipating that you'll let her down again. What do you do to make her feel secure, loved, and adored? I think that's the first step to really salvaging the relationship, if that's what you want. Come at it from a place of compassion, rather than contempt. Might she be feeling this way because you are also addicted to porn? If you can't stop liking pics of girls in bikinis or revealing outfits, then your relationship isn't going to last. I have friends in relationships that like other girls' pictures all the time. Each relationship has boundaries and you aren't respecting your GFs. The main problem is that you need to respect her boundaries and not like said pictures as she asked. It's her boundary and you agreed to it, so gotta deal with it. However, about the whole monitoring your follows, it could be that she clearly doesn't trust you as much. It's normal to ask your partner about why they follow certain people, but not in the controlling, investigation way. If you feel that she is too much and you can't handle her boundaries or whatever, then leave. IDK what led to lack of trust, but you need respect her boundaries and reassure her and tell her to put the energy into taking care of herself instead of watching out for your followers, because if you are gonna cheat, you will cheat no matter what. Curious question: why did you decide to follow your coworker on IG? If you guys were close before, you would have followed each other already. Just curious what you accomplish from following each other after she doesn't work there anymore. Birth control dilemma, 24F24M. My partner, 24M, and I, 24F, have been in a relationship for a few years now. When we started dating, I was on the pill and we were using condoms. We stopped using condoms a couple of months into dating because I was on the pill and he finds it harder to finish with a condom. Earlier this year I decided to get an IUD and stop taking the pill. My job is pretty hectic, so being on a form of birth control that relied on me taking a pill at roughly the same time each day wasn't working for me. I was also sick of the side effects of the pill. Getting the IUD inserted was a borderline traumatic experience, and unfortunately, since I had it inserted a few months ago, I've had almost constant bleeding, spotting. I've also been getting cramps during and after sex. I've been told by a doctor that these side effects are unlikely to go away given I've had the IUD for 4 months now. I'm not super keen on trying the arm implant, and I've been told I'm not a good candidate for depot, the injection. My partner has said that he's willing to use condoms if I have to have the IUD removed, but he's previously expressed that he doesn't like using condoms and that it makes sex less enjoyable for him. I know it's not fair, but I am a bit resentful that the burden of protecting us both from having a child falls to me, along with all the side effects of hormonal birth control. I feel like we're in a bit of a rock and a hard place in that either way one of us will have to sacrifice some level of comfort for the other. I don't want him to resent me for asking him to use condoms, but I also don't think the IUD is a super sustainable option for me. Has anyone been able to navigate similar struggles around birth control in their relationship? His downside is less pleasure during sex. Not an absence of pleasure, just less. Your downside is consistent spotting and discomfort during, after sex. Stop prioritizing his decrease in pleasure over your pain. Get the IUD removed and tell your boyfriend that he needs to use a condom. That's it. I recently got an UDI. Tomorrow, I have had it for a month, and yeah, it is a struggle. Before getting it, I was on the pill and had a talk with my boyfriend. He has issues with condoms too, so of course, he didn't like the idea of me stopping taking the pill. But in a relationship, we sacrifice for each other. He understood right away and didn't complain. We talked off and on before making the decision about a UDI, and now he knows it is hard on me and my body. If this has taken a toll on your health, your boyfriend needs to respect that. This isn't just about you getting comfortable or feeling weird. You have been through unbalance for some months, and it is exhausting. The best thing I ever did was having a vasectomy at 27, no regrets since. If he ever wants kids, it wouldn't be a viable option for him. If he doesn't, it would be the perfect solution. So the options are: 1. You have literal pain during sex in the least, or at most are physically uncomfortable pretty much all of the time. 2. He has to wear a condom during sex, which he doesn't love doing. Is this a real question? Do I, 28F, have to be nice with my ex-boyfriend, 28M, family? Me and boyfriend of 5 years broke up about half a year ago. We are on good terms even though our relationship became very toxic and draining towards the end. We share a dog so we meet regularly and that is fine with me. But I don't really want to meet his family again. When we were together it was very important for him to present our relationship to his family in a certain way. And that also included the way his family's impression of me. So he wanted me to act a certain way with some things. Neither his family or he are bad people, but they kind of have a shallowed relationship with each other. So, last month when I was meeting him to pick up the dog I asked him to meet me in the park. He said he was going to his parents and asked if I could meet him there. I didn't really want to, but I did it. Today I was delivering our dog to him at his cabin, but when he said his cousin was there, I didn't want to meet him, so I said that I wanted to keep the dog a little longer. His cousin never liked that we were together because he felt that my boyfriend didn't spend so much time with him anymore. His cousin are 5 years younger than us and he is self-centered and not so empathic. He cheated with his girlfriend instead of breaking up and more things like that. I just feel like I am done with his family. I don't want to care about his need to show them that we are okay or whatever it is. Why don't he understand this? My family lives in a different city than we do, but I know that if the tables were turned he would not have loved meeting my mom every time he came to pick up the dog. Do I have to be polite and nice about it? Should I say something or just avoid it? I'm sorry, but is your plan to share custody of the dog for the next 10-15 years? This just doesn't seem feasible, and it doesn't seem like it's in the best interest of the dog who you can't explain the situation to. What if one of you wants to move? What happens when you start dating other people? Do you split things like vet bills? What happens when you disagree about the dog's care, such as if it gets sick? If you insist on having him as a dog sitter, you have to meet him where it works best. You don't have to like his family or spend a lot of time with them. Deliver the dog, exchange a few pleasantries and leave within 4 minutes. Why are you making this so complicated and weird? Stop having him watch the dog. You guys broke up, move on. You don't have to go out of your way to be something you're not. But basic human decency requires that you at least be diplomatic. If you can't be nice, then just be civil. None of these people's gripes about your, now over, relationship are relevant anymore. This is not the time to vent about things that simply don't matter. You should leave him in the past, cut ties and move on. Your actions are causing your difficulties.